Look, if your car is spotless right now, you aren't just a clean person. You're likely using this 40-square-foot cabin to survive a life that feels like it's falling apart. To the outside world, you're just a neat freak. But the reality is much deeper. That obsession with your dashboard isn't about dust, it's about internal control. There is a direct psychological link between the state of your passenger seat and a specific trauma you experienced before the age of 10. Today, we aren't just talking about detailing, we're decoding your armor. Ask yourself this: when you take your car to the mechanic, do you feel a strange sense of anxiety? It's not about the repair cost or the wait time, but the gut-wrenching fear that a stranger is going to see the mess inside your center console or your glove box. If that hit home, stay with me, because you aren't just organized, you're guarding a secret. Psychologists call this environmental mastery. When your work, your finances, or your relationships feel like a chaotic storm you can't navigate, your brain experiences a massive cognitive overload. You can't fix your boss or your bank account, but you can fix those floor mats. That 15-minute vacuuming session isn't a chore, it's a meditative state that lowers your cortisol and provides a micro-universe where you are finally the god of order. To understand why you do this, we have to peel back 3 layers of your psyche. Level 1 is the control archetype. Level 2 is the social mask, and Level 3 is the childhood wound. Most people drop off at Level 1, but if you make it to the end, you'll finally understand why your clean car is actually a desperate letter to your younger self. Here's where it gets weird. While a clean car signals control, a slightly messy car can actually be a sign of high creativity and risk-taking. If you are the person who needs every surface to be sterile, you might be trading your creative potential for psychological safety. We call you the sensory architect. For you, clutter isn't just an eyesore, it's a physical irritant that vibrates through your nervous system. If you can't focus on driving because there is a small object rattling in the door pocket, you likely have high sensory processing sensitivity. Cleaning is your way of turning down the volume of a world that is constantly screaming. But here is the open loop you haven't considered. We'll talk about the social mask in a second. But first, I have to tell you about the empty passenger seat syndrome. It's the reason why even one stray receipt on that seat makes you feel like you've lost control of your entire week. This leads us to your second identity, the tactical escapist. You aren't just cleaning for aesthetics, you're cleaning to escape the feeling of being overwhelmed. If you've recognized yourself as a sensory architect or a tactical escapist in the last 3 minutes, then you're already part of a very specific 1% of the population. We don't just talk about cars here, we decode the human soul through the machines we drive. Look, if you want to understand the why behind every habit you have, hit that subscribe button. Join the Psyche Drive tribe, because your car isn't the only thing we're going to detail, we're going to detail your mind. And right now, I want you to drop a comment. Are you a zero-dust driver or a controlled chaos driver? I'm reading every single one to see how many of us are actually searching for that internal peace. The reality is that your vehicle is an extension of your skin and a nonverbal resume. In American culture, a spotless car tells the world you are disciplined and professional, but it also acts as psychological armor. You fear that if someone sees a messy interior, they'll see the unfiltered, vulnerable version of you that you've worked so hard to hide. You are maintaining a version of yourself that the world hasn't managed to break yet. Now, moving into the deepest layer of your psyche, we find the childhood wound. Why did you need this fortress in the first place? Often, this obsession is a response to your earliest environment. Some of you are legacy children, raised in homes where cleanliness was the only way to earn love or avoid a parent's temper. For you, a clean car is a survival mechanism you never outgrew. Others are correction children who grew up in chaotic or cluttered homes where you felt completely powerless. Your car is now the stable, predictable sanctuary you wish you had as a child. Every time you wipe down that steering wheel, you're healing a version of yourself that never felt stable. You're not just maintaining a machine, you're maintaining the boundaries of your own sanity against a world that feels increasingly unpredictable. You aren't just cleaning a machine, you're maintaining the boundaries of your own sanity. For many of you, that steering wheel is the only thing that stayed still when your childhood home felt like a storm. It's a physical manifestation of the order you were denied. The ultimate irony is that the more chaotic your external life becomes, the cleaner your car likely gets. It becomes a barometer for your mental state. Next time you find yourself detailing your car at midnight, stop. Don't look at the dust. Look at your life. What happened today that made you feel so out of control that you had to fix your floor mats to feel okay again? Because the most revealing thing about a person isn't what they say, it's what they refuse to let get dirty. You are a sanctuary seeker. While the world outside is a storm, this 40-square-foot cabin is your peace. Your cleanliness is your protest against the chaos. Remember, you aren't just driving a machine, you're navigating your own mind. Stay clean, stay controlled, and keep driving into the psyche. But look, if this video felt like I was reading your private journal, then you're officially one of us. Don't just leave that zero dust comment and disappear, hit that notification bell too. Because next week, we're going even deeper into a mystery that most of you are hiding. What does it mean if your car is spotless, but your bedroom is a total disaster? That's a very specific kind of psychological armor. And trust me, you don't want to miss that breakdown. I'll see you in the next session.